Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, back again with another episode of TNA Making an Impact, episode 7. Definitely got the episode number right this time. So, obviously we had our pay-per-view the last time there, which was, of course, Lockdown. So, it puts us in a position where we made good money there, so a lot of signings will be coming in this month. None available at the moment apart from the guys you already know about, Shibata, obviously Ricochet, but I say more people will come in. Just to try and get us as much chance of getting good ratings as possible. I'm not even sure when our next event is. Double check. It is the second week of May. So I might even just keep that so we can maybe put some debuts in Sacrifice. Keep some of the feuds we've got going ticking over to that pay-per-view. Get some more money in the bank. And then once that money's there, we'll probably have like a good run from Sacrifice to Slammiversary. So I think we'll go with that. So we've got to try and build up a card this week and next week. So there's a couple of feuds that continue here. Some feuds we'll sort out next week. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this show. It is 17 segments, so we'll crack straight in it. Hope you enjoy it. As here we are, TNA Making an Impact. First show in the post-Dixie Carter era in TNA. So I sold out in the Salem Ice Centre, so that's ideal. And we start the new era of TNA off with EC3. Ah, says EC3 as he breathes in and out. The new era of TNA has begun, and no longer do we have to suffer the reign of Dixie Carter. This woman caused more harm than good. Look at where TNA is now, and look at the world's view on TNA. It's all because of her. Also, remember my unbeaten streak? That went out the window because Dixie Carter put me in a handicap match against the tag team champions. Yes, that's right, that unbeaten streak that I may have forgotten about because I don't watch TNA. One of those things, but at least I worked on a storyline. I gave it my all, but at the end of the day it was too much for me, and she's taken that away from me. However, it's a new era for TNA, and it's a new era for EC3. Tonight, I start back on my road to becoming the TNA Impact Heavyweight World Heavyweight Champion, and Dixie can't get in my way. So, he starts the show off with C plus 69 promo. Need to sort his gimmick out still, but it gets the show off to a good strong start, and it gets the crowd hotter. No skill improvements, but overall, pretty good start to the show. Oh, actually, we can change his gimmick here. Perfect, I'll just do that. I know I changed it. So it's going to change it to being a hero, because obviously babyface, and above the average, so that's ideal. Hopefully we won't get penalised too much in the future with EC3. EC3 is cut off by a lady who heads to the ring. Hello, Ethan. You remember me, don't you? EC3 says, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? Well, allow me to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carly, and me and Ethan, we go way back. We're old friends, but then Ethan went his way, and I went my way. I ended up in a temple, and in that temple I scratched and clawed and made my way to making a lot of money. So with that money, I just happened to buy 50% share of TNA that Dixie Carter owned. So Ethan, you may have got rid of one woman from your life in TNA, but I'm here to make your life a living hell, worse than Dixie ever could. But that's not all I've got planned for TNA. We will have a recruitment drive, we will make TNA great again, and starting from tonight, we will make your life hell again, as you face Matt Hardy in the main event. Good luck, Ethan. So, interestingly, someone actually put on the WWE video, Michael Hutter knows Cali Perez. Yep, I was aware of that, I knew that. This angle was actually in my head when I was away in WrestleMania. I was always going to bring Cali Perez in to be the new authority figure. I just feel like she's done absolutely amazing things as Katrina on Lucha Underground. And I feel like she's young enough and she'll have the stats enough to be a much better authority figure than Dixie Carter. Plus, she can still play EC3 up against the wall. So this was always going to happen. I did, in my reply back, say that'll happen soon, but it was meant for this series. So E plus 32, which is okay, so we can work on that. It's better than Dixie Carter would have got. Carly debuts her seductress gimmick, which got an initial rating of great. the control of the company storyline advances, and the announced team helped this promo. Delighted with that, great from Carly Perez, can't argue with that. Next up, we've got another hype video for the sensation that is Shibata, continuing just to give him hype videos to promote him, and an E-23. And in about the head subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Shibata defeats Mandras in 503 by pinfall. A very good D plus 51. Got the crowd hotter. Mandras only gets a 28, Shibata with 51. He's getting there slowly but surely, as he has this unbeaten streak. No skill improvements, just a couple of negatives there, but overall, pretty happy with that. We then have a hype video for the miracle that TNA needs, Mike Bennett. He's coming soon, I promise. Honestly, it's just a case of finding the right storyline for him. We're going to keep hyping him up, and that gets an E25. It might just be a case of waiting till some of the new signings are in. He can debut alongside them, and boom, you've got a feud going forward. Next up and about, that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, with Bobby Lashley defeat Aiden O'Shea in 648 by pinfall with a spear. C-57, Lashley with 63, Aiden O'Shea with 35. Again, it's just really looking to find something for Bobby Lashley. So I'm hoping some of the new signings can give him something to work with. No skill improvements to comment upon, but overall, pretty decent there. We'll try and work something out with Bobby Lashley going forward. We have a small hype video for the X Division champion Ricochet, D41. I'm just really promoting a lot of these guys, getting them as much spotlight as possible. So nothing else to comment upon there. He's in action next, which, in about the had subpar wrestling and little heat, Ricochet defeats Braxton Sutter in 9:37 with a diving double knee drop. C-54, good performance there from both men. Ricochet with the 57, Braxton Sutter with the 36. Great chemistry between them. Of course, you got. I'm really trying to build this like NXT to an extent, where a lot of the guys will get victories on television before they all feud together on pay-per-view. So a good victory there for Ricochet. His first defence, well, not his first defence, but his first outing as X Division champion. Ricochet picks up the win over Braxton Sutter on his Impact debut, and he takes the X Division title off the referee and gets to the top rope to celebrate his success. He jumps back down from the top rope where he is met with a vicious clothesline by Trevor Lee, the former X Division champion. Trevor Lee picks him up and nails him with what he calls the Orange Crush. Ricochet is down and out, while Lee mocks him by shouting, "This is my title, and don't you dare think you can take it away from me." So Trevor Lee getting a bit of revenge there with an E+35 segment. Obviously showing that he feels like he's been robbed of his X Division championship. And it continues the storyline. No skill improvements. Only one negative there for the announced team again. We're then backstage in Carly's office, and the TNA Impact Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, Drew Galloway has joined her. "Carly, you wanted to see me?" I have no idea why I tried to put that on as an accent, considering I'm already Scottish. "Why, yes, Drew. Thank you for coming. Now, as you're aware, I am in charge around here, so things are about to change. However, you are our World Heavyweight Champion, so we need you to lead by example. I'm not here to screw you or mess you around, but just to let you know, TV ratings and the pay-per-view buys are on your head. If these decline, this is on you as champion, so if they don't improve, I will do my best to take that championship or title away from you." Drew says, "You can try whatever the hell you want. I am a fighting champion. I'll take on everyone you throw at me. But I'll show you and I'll show the world exactly what Stamford was missing with Drew Galloway." So a bit of tension between the GM or the new owner with Drew Galloway. At E35 there, E+35 is with to try and build both up. We did have to try to change Drew's gimmick as well, so he's going to go from an old school face to an anti-hero. And they got an average gimmick rating there, so not great, but again, we had to change it up just so he was getting better ratings and a better reaction. Next up and about, they had some decent wrestling. The little heat with Gail Kim and the American Wolves defeat Madison Rain and La Rufa and Vierge, known as Basil Baraka and Baron Dax, so I need to change that as a tag name. In 9:25, when Davey Richards defeated Basil Baraka with Shooting Star Press. Again, no real plans for them at the moment, but things can change over time. A C-55 rating. Gail Kim with 60, Eddie Edwards 58, David Richards 61, so that's good. Madison Raymond a 59, and the two Frenchmen have a 29 rating. Continues the rookies with veterans chasing our storyline because Gail Kim and Madison Raymond are both in that angle, and Basil Baraka has not suited to his gimmick. No skill improvements to speak of in this instance. Negatives there mostly for Basil Baraka and Baron Dax. Lewis and Gale pick up the win and celebrate before David Richards picks up a mic. Decay, Abyss, Steve, and whatever the hell Rosemary is meant to be. I hope you watch this. You know fine well that you screwed us out of the tag team championships at lockdown, and this will only fuel our anger. We all meet again, and when the time is right, these wolves will bark louder and bite harder than ever before. So just a promo there from the American Wolves, just really saying, Decay, you screwed us at the pay-per-view, we'll get you back. D47 continues the tag team storyline. Unfortunately, didn't get the rating I wanted, which would have hopefully seen us past the general storylines limit, which is 59, so I'm hoping our main event storylines can do so. Next up, in a decent match, Jeff Hardy defeats Jesse in 8 minutes 17 with a Swanton Bomb. Simple match here, giving Jeff the win, C-58. Jeff with a 68, Jesse with a 29. Nothing really to add here apart from really getting Jeff the win, and a lot of negatives there for Jesse. And basically a short segment here. After his defeat to Jeff Hardy, Jesse is shown walking backstage to his locker room. Across the corridor is Robbie E, who is laughing. Jesse says, "What the hell are you laughing at?" Robbie says, "Nothing, bro. Just shows that things aren't going too well for you since the end of the bromance." To which Jesse Goddard replies, "Oh yeah, we'll see." So pretty simple bit of tension there between the two former bromen, and that is an E+. 32, Robbie E, not suited to his gimmick, so we might need to look at that going forward, but overall, that's just that sorted, a little tension angle between the bromen. Then a decent match, Drew Galloway defeats Abyss in 13-17 with a Scott drop. Let's get a C61, basically using the high overness that Abyss has compared to Drew to try and elevate Drew. Not bad that they can get a C61 despite both guys being off their game. Abyss does have an injury, of course, from the pay-per-view, but he was able to work through it, which is good, and that's still a decent rating. Both guys with a 56 performance. Obviously, Rosemary's still an awkward pairing with Abyss, but we'll probably split the Decay up at one point. Most of the negatives there for Abyss, but overall, it was mostly used to really enhance and elevate Drew Galloway, and I think it's done that. And before his main event match with Matt Hardy, JB is caught up with EC3, and he's asking him about his thoughts on the Carly situation. Well, JB, what can I say? You get rid of one woman, and another one comes storming in. I'm not happy with it, but I'll have to fight against the odds to prove just how goddamn good I am. So that starts tonight with a victory over Matt Hardy. We've had our issues in the past, but I'll show that EC3 is better than the iconic one, and that this is the start of my road to reclaiming my TNA Impact World Heavyweight Championship. So EC3 just giving his thoughts there. He's unhappy at the situation. A solid B-71, which helps the storyline, which is why it was placed at this point, and everything else there is good apart from the announce team. Which leads us to our main event, which got a C63 and a decent match. EC3 defeats Matt Hardy in 11:59 by pinfall with apparently the Sweet Meat Sizzler after a distraction from Jeff Hardy. So the C63 is okay, it's decent. EC3 was off his game but had a performance of 64 compared to Matt's 47. But most importantly, because we've had the distraction of Jeff Hardy, it helps the storyline, which should have that over 59 rating, which means we shouldn't get the general storylines penalty. Hopefully. But ideally, it's a good match for EC3. Gets him a bit of momentum after obviously defeat last week, and hopefully he can keep improving. But very negative there for Matt Hardy. He might be someone we try and phase out with those kind of ratings. So overall, C64, perfect. That's what we wanted. The show gains popularity in 30 regions. The storylines are fine. That's the kind of ratings at the moment that we need to be aiming for every week. as we continue to build the company up and get it away from just on the brink of being cult to being a proper cult level company, and then heading towards national. So delighted with that. We'll click through. I do have plans to bring in probably 6 or 7 guys to the company. I'm not going to, well, hopefully it won't spoil them as we check a few items here. No doubt it probably will. People found the show underwhelming. I thought it was a good show. Alex Riley's been called up. Oh my. Good it's not spoiled MD here, but at 1.23 that's good. Matt Hardy says Shibata doesn't connect with the fans. Maybe Shibata needs to kick Matt Hardy in the face. As I say, I'm not going to look at the new signing stuff because I don't want to give away spoilers, but I say there will be people hopefully coming soon. Hopefully in the door for next week's show, which means they may debut at Sacrifice. But overall, it's a positive show, building up momentum. Prestige is staying at 31. Everything's up to a 48 nearly, apart from in the tri-state region, so that's good. Get those 48s up to 50s. We can relax a little bit for there. Our popularity is 53, so we just need to keep getting over that. And if we have a quick look at storylines, we can see I've touched on the Eli Drake James Storm storyline, so that'll be in next week. But that's a 63, that's a 65, so both of them are over. The tag division's just slightly under. Even the women's the women's one's quite close to knockouts. The X Division one has just started. But as I say, it's still early days. Hopefully with a lot of new guys coming in for next week's show or potentially the show after. As I say, until we have a proper solid roster with good ratings, then it'll be a firmly work in progress. But I say thank you for watching, guys. It's been deeply appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, please don't be afraid to drop a like. Any comments on the series, if I've made the mess of anyone's unbeaten streaks, let me know. But as I say, it's one of those things. If I don't watch TNA, I completely forgot that EC3 hadn't been pinned. Had him pinned and then never really done much about it. So we'll try and get a couple of good angles coming out of it. As I say, we'll try to get this away from the TNA product as much as possible. As always, I say thanks for watching. As I say, if you've viewed the video on the Grey Dog Software website, don't be afraid to reply in the thread. I will happily reply back to anything on the thread. And the same on Reddit. If you've seen the video on Reddit, post on Reddit. I'm on Reddit every day at one point. Everything gets inboxed to me, so I can definitely check it and get back to you. Let's say thanks for watching, guys. It's appreciated. And in the 2 sources that I've named there that I've put my shows up on, there's plenty of other bookers there if you want to try out some new content, whether it be the Cornellverse or just simply Real World mods. There's so many guys there, like you would not believe how many folk are doing written content or YouTube content, so definitely check them out, guys, and definitely drop them a little sub. I say thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time for some more TNA making an impact. Bye bye.